This mini yoga flow invites you to deepen into your hips, creating more mobility, more flexibility. We'll begin with the spine, just a seated cat-cow, a few breaths, inhaling forward, exhaling back, feeling the connection at the sacrum with this movement rocking forward and back, opening through the tailbone, rooting into the hips. And then as you're ready, coming back, lengthening your spine, and we'll shift into cobbler's pose, taking your feet together and like a butterfly, just letting your knees lift and lower, moving with the breath. And we'll come into an uneven cobblers, taking the left foot forward of the right. This creates an uneven position in the pelvis and finding your range of motion as you fold forward over your legs towards your feet. We'll shift into a deer pose as you take your left foot behind you, bending both knees here, and begin to find a little rotation around the pelvis. Maybe inhaling to the right and exhaling back to the left. Bringing the left leg back forward, and this time we'll rock the baby. You can take your knee and foot into opposite hands or clasp hands around your shin, finding some movement in the hip, rocking back and forth. And then we'll take hold of the foot, and either with the knee bent or maybe lengthening the leg. If you can't hold the foot, you can hold your calf. You can open your left leg out to the left, gazing right, and switch it out, coming into a little twist here. And then we'll release the leg back down. We'll shift sides here, this time taking right foot in front of the left for an uneven cobbler's pose. Making your way into a forward fold. To the degree that works in your body. There's nothing forced or pressured in this. And then finding your way into deer on side 2 as you bend the right knee towards the left foot. You can shift the body side to side. Inhale, exhale. And then we'll begin to rock the baby as you take the right knee and foot either into your hands or your elbow creases, rocking and rotating, movement into the hip, and then taking hold of the foot with either the knee bent or lengthening out your leg. You can use the hands on the feet or place hands on the shins or ankles and maybe finding some opening one side and then twisting it out the other way. When you feel ready, coming back to center. And we'll make our way into fire logs pose. This time, the left shin is under the right. We stack the shins. You can flex through both feet, protecting your knees. One knee might be lifted higher. That's okay. Finding your range of motion, you might stay seated upright. You might fold forward. Again, it's not about what it looks like. It's how it feels inside. And we'll switch sides, taking the right shin underneath the left. Left knee might be lifted or it might fold down over the left ankle. You might stay upright or you might fold forward over your legs. Coming back to breath, finding the edge of sensation, breathing there. And lifting up as you feel ready, we'll take both legs out in front. For a moment, taking your hands behind, lifting through your chest, and then return to seated. Now we'll come over into a tabletop position. Knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders, and a few cat-cows here. Inhale, lifting head, tail. Exhale, curl it out. And we'll find this in an uneven version, the left knee forward of the right. Again, an uneven position in the hips, very purposeful as we reset the pelvis. We'll switch it out. Right knee comes forward, left knee back. Enjoy. Let this feel good. And then we'll set the knees to parallel and lift up into a downward facing dog. Maybe a few breaths to walk it out, bending one knee and the other. Eventually coming back to your down dog, and we'll transition the right leg up behind and forward into a low lunge. A few breaths to back out of your lunge and deepen in, just moving intuitively. And then we'll take both hands to the inside of the right foot. Begin to turn the right foot out towards the side. You might even take your right hand on top of the right thigh. You could explore bending into the left knee and reaching the right hand back. This is dragon pose. You're grabbing the dragon's tail. Let that create an opening across the chest. If you don't reach the foot, that's just fine. We're intending in that direction. There's no right or wrong. You can even use a strap. When you're complete on that side, moving through table and back up to downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths once again, and then lifting the left leg to step forward and through. Backing out of your lunge and deepening in, moving in that intuitive, instinctual manner. And eventually, you'll bring both hands to the inside of your front thigh. Coming into a version here of lizard and making your way into dragon. So you're turning towards your left thigh. Left foot can turn out towards the left. You might stay right there, exploring, breathing into the chest. Sending your left arm back if you like, maybe taking hold of the dragon's tail, maybe lifting through the chin. If you don't reach the foot, no problem. Feeling this into your body. It's not what it looks like. Eventually, hands to the earth, releasing left leg back to meet the right in a tabletop. You can shift a little side to side, eventually pressing back into a wide-kneed child's pose. Letting your hips be heavy, softening into gravity. Releasing your jaw, your face, your shoulders. And eventually, we'll press back up to sitting, preparing to close this practice. Namaste.